Alright, welcome back to the bench. Today we're going to start working on what I'm calling Orange Crush. I don't know if that's going to be the final name or not, but that's what I'm calling it right now. I did a video on parts. I now have a front bumper with lights. Some extensions to make the vehicle wider. I have a winch with a remote and lights. With a remote and a box with a remote. And I have a rear bumper with lights and a hitch. So those are the things that I've added since the last time I brought up this video, or this vehicle. Okay, so a lot of this you'll see in, and go look if you really want to know how to build a complete builder's kit. Injora builder's kit. Sure, there's plenty of videos out there, but as I go, I'll show you what I've completed during the build. When I get to the parts that are upgrades, I will definitely video those and put those up. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get to it. Okay, so we have the chassis built, servo put in. This is the stock deal. Now, before we get into going any further, this is where we're going to have to start doing a few modifications. This is the body we want to use. And the sliders and the shock towers in the back and the receiver box, which is way too big. Okay, so we're going to remove the receiver box. So that's the first problem. Second problem is the sliders are too wide for the body, and these posts for the shocks, the shock towers, are too tall for the body. So, a couple of things we can do here. Get our own shorter shock towers, but do you want to keep the larger shocks? Okay, so, or you can cut slots here in the back for the shock towers to come up, and the shocks will come up into the back of the Jeep. Well, this is a modified rock crawler. So in the real world, if you wanted shocks that are long enough, you could go to cantilevers, or you can, if you want to stick with the shocks you got, you just cut holes here and bring the shocks up into the back, which is probably what we'll do. But for now, I'm just going to take them off so that I can get this body to fit these sliders. And for that to happen, we're going to have to modify the trays that are on this build. Okay, now we can take these off for now, and put them back on later when we decide how we're going to adjust for the shocks. Right now my thought is to cut holes in the back of the vehicle so that we can bring the shocks up into the body. I know that sounds like, well, that just sounds stupid. Well, it doesn't. I mean, if you were in the real world and you wanted to put a Jeep body on a rock crawler and you wanted big shocks, modifications, well, you got to do modifications to the body, frame, whatever, shock mounts. So in the real world, you'd be hacking up your vehicle anyway to make it fit, because you're not worried about the looks as much as you are function. Looks are nice. So yeah, we take those off, and these sliders are perfect for this body, but they're too far between them. So what we need to do is shorten them. Not by a whole lot. Looks like maybe a centimeter. We can go further because these are adjustable. So we just cut this off right here, and then we'll have to cut these posts off once we figure out where they're going to go. Okay? So let's see what happens when we try to cut these off with a I'll think of it in a minute. Dremel tool. There's a line right here that I think I'm going to cut right along there and see what happens. Okay, so modified this one. Didn't cut too bad. Now we'll cut off the ends of these. Okay, so we chop those off, and we can slide these in, and now we have gained some distance into, so the sliders will fit into the body closely than we were before. If we put that in there, I mean, they fit really nice. Okay, so is that centered? Pretty close. So all we have to really do now is keep cutting off these until these fit where we want them to and it's centered. So we'll chop off these this side and do the same thing. Okay, so now we have both trays cut. I'm going to cut off one hole of the sliders. All right, so we've cut a little off each one. Let's see how close we are to getting this body fixed. All right, so we have got to take off. Okay, so to fit this body, we have to also take out the battery tray, which is no big deal because I knew this was going to happen. And the idea is to use this body on this casting. So we eliminate what we don't need, and I'm telling you right now, the battery is going to go in the back of the vehicle. In the trunk. And we'll build us a battery tray for it. Alright, so we have eliminated the battery tray. And now now, all we have to do is drill a hole here to put this in. And what we'll do is, we got that marked, get a really fine drill just to make a mark in the Alright, so there we go. I just need to drill holes for these screws. So we cut these off, cut this plate off, re-drilled holes for these screws, and we're good. And that basically marks where we drill the hole for the screw. Yeah, I drilled through my finger. Alright, so basically we modified the trays, shortened them, shortened the posts on the back, re-drilled holes for the sliders to be bolted on, and now our body there we go. Fits into our sliders perfectly and snugly. And then all we have to do is come up with a way to attach the body to the sliders. And we will be cooking with gas, as they say. Alright, so there's the modifications you got to make to put this Injora body onto these sliders and this frame, and actually it fits pretty good. All right, any questions? Yeah, if you have any, leave them in the comments below. Okay, so again, all we did was trim these up, the trays, made them smaller, cut the ends off of the slider adjusters, and then re-drilled holes into the slider adjusters where we needed them to be adjusted to fit the body. Okay? Alright, that's it for today, man. Too much work. Alright, so thanks for watching. Have a great day.